Okay, I'm down here in my fallout shelter slash man cave, and I just wanted to go over. It looks like we're on the verge of World War Three. Sorry, and just some different Geiger counters that I keep on hand. Um, these are the old civil defense Geiger counters. I picked these up on eBay. I bought them about right about when Biden took office. Pretty much thought it would be a good idea to invest in these, and they're relatively cheap. Um, I'm going to go over. So when I bought these, they come in different kits. They say radiation detection kit, okay, but there's different stuff going on here, and I'm just going to go over it with you. There's 2 meters we're going to go over. One's called a survey meter, and one's actually a Geiger counter, which this is a Geiger counter. Those are the 2 main ones we're going to go over. And I got a couple different survey meters. So what happens when a nuclear incident happens or a nuclear attack happens, the nuclear neutron flash that initially happens from the bomb puts out neutron radiation, and it within a half-life of about 12 to 14 minutes, the neutron radiation dissipates. But what neutron radiation does is it makes everything radioactive. So that's why you get the word fallout. What happens is this neutron explosion happens. When it happens, it radiates all of the particles and dust and everything when the bomb hits, and throws it up into the outer atmosphere. And then depending on the winds, this stuff's going to rain down. So basically, the radiation in like the first day that it happens, the fallout, if it happens to come by you or blow over your house and rain down on you, it's super deadly initially. So once you hear about a nuclear attack, you're going to want to take cover. Okay, so I'm in my fallout shelter, and you need to have, um, 2 to 4 feet of material in between you and the radiation. So if you just have a house with a pool table, you could stack up stuff on top of that pool table that will shield you from the radiation. Like on my pool table, that is 1-inch Italian slate. So it already has a 1-inch piece of rock, okay? Now the ceiling of my fallout shelter, it is drywalled, but the drywall I used is lead line drywall that they use for MRI rooms. And then above that, I have 3 feet of concrete. So the radiation that penetrates through my house, through my basement, through my fallout shelter will be very negligible, okay? But if you don't have that much of protection, you could, like I said, construct a makeshift one. You're still going to get some radiation. Not if you do the shielding right and you pile it up right, not enough that you're going to die. Now, how long will you have to stay underneath the pool table? So the way radiation works, that you have beta and gamma and X-ray radiation these particles are going to be putting off. And after the first day, it's half as strong as it was initially. So to give you an idea, initially when that stuff rains down on you, it's going to be around 3,000 Richter. And if you're out in it for about 15 minutes, you'll have enough radiation. It'll be a lethal dose. Now, it'll take you probably about 2 weeks to die. Once your cells start mutating and breaking down, it's going to be a nasty death. That's why you need to get the shielding around you. So once you get underneath the structure, after about 2 days, you'll be able to come out, but you're going to have to go back to it because it's still putting out radiation. For the next 12 days, it's going to be quite high, the radiation. It's not going to kill you per se if you went outside upstairs after 2 days to get some water and food and came back down underneath. But more or less, you're going to want to be in your shelter for at least a week. You're looking at about 7 to 12 days. Now, how do you know when you're going to want to come out? That's why you're going to need a Geiger counter. Okay, so actual Geiger counter or survey meter, two different things. The Geiger counter is going to read low-level radiation. So once radiation happens, you're going to be able to use this to check, to decontaminate people that are coming into your shelter, or to check food if it has radioactive particles on it. So that's a good one. But this is not going to measure high. It'll max out. So you're going to want to get a survey meter. Now the survey meters, there's two types. Now I do recommend these civil defense ones. A couple reasons is they are in a Faraday cage, so the actual whole entire thing is a block of aluminum. So let's say an EMP strike happens where they detonate a nuclear bomb in the outer atmosphere. Well, a lot of these ones you buy on Amazon, it looks like a voltmeter that's done plastic and it's digital. What's going to happen is the thing's going to stop working, just like all your electronics are going to stop working. Instantly, we're going to put into dark ages. These are going to continue to work. They're in a Faraday cage, which protects it from an EMP. Okay, so basically they'll open up. But the way I store these, I don't store them with the batteries in them. So as you see, this takes 1 D cell, and this is your chamber here. So this is going to measure high level radiation. But what's nice about it is it's going to let you know if it's safe to come out. Okay, but you're not going to want to go out in this high level radiation to test it. So that's the problem with this one. Okay, and this one is, let's see what model this is. Serial number model. Okay, so this is called the CVD 715. The one that's better to get is, this one is called the CVD 717. So it's Civil Defense, Civil Defense 717 or CVD 717. Now there's a couple things. You could use it as a regular survey meter to measure radiation. But what it also has, which is cool, is you undo the bottom chamber. Okay? So, see, when you undo it, it disconnects your ionized chamber. And inside of here, you see there's like a 30-foot cable. And you're able to attach this on the back of your unit and unwind this cable and attach it to this ionized chamber, and you could put this maybe outside the door. You could put it outside your shelter, but you could be in your shelter and you could measure the radiation from inside your shelter to know when it's safe to come out. So because these are old civil defense and the government's wisdom, they decided to disband the civil defense and all the shelters and all the equipment. These were relatively cheap. Now, these days they're starting to get pricey. One of these, I looked on eBay the other day, it looks like about $160, $170. I paid like $16 a piece for them. They all work. They're like brand new. They were recertified. Like on this one, it is property of the state of Minnesota. So this one was from Minnesota, Civil Defense. And let's see where this one was from. I don't see a sticker on here. Let's see this one here. Oh, that one doesn't have a sticker either. Let's see if this one does. Okay, so what's cool about the Geiger counter, it does come with a radioactive source. So what's cool is once you put the batteries in it, you could test to make sure that, it is working. So this is a check source right here on the side. Little chunk of radioactive material. It's not powerful enough to hurt you, but it does allow you to calibrate and check the Geiger counter. And a couple other things I got for them. So this is a little aftermarket speaker, because basically without this, it's just the meter that works. You can't hear the tick, 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 tick sound. This is a little external speaker, but I also have the headphones that go on it, and they do work. They're one ear. I do like these actually better, because then nobody really hears you using this. But I just thought I'd do a video. These are my civil defense Geiger counters. and hopefully I never need them. I kind of like them as just a collector's item because they are from the Cold War. But amazingly enough, now it looks like possibly they might have a use. Oh yeah, one other thing I want to show you. So I'm going to go over one other unit I have. So what this is, okay, these little pens here, these would clip on your outfit, and they actually measure your exposure. Okay, there's a little lens here, and there's a capacitor in here, and what happens is when radiation hits them, it'll measure the radiation, and it'll hold that measurement. And if you look inside of it, okay, look the other side. And you hold it up to the light, it'll give a reading. Let's see if I can do it here. It'll give you a reading of how much radiation will explode. So let me see if I can hold it up to the cameras. And what's nice is once it measures radiation, this device will reset it. So you can hold this on here and it'll send a current through here, and you can adjust it as you look through it, and you can reset it back to zero, or you could zero it if you bought some and they were off or whatever. You zero them all, and you could put these, get a whole set of them and have them on all of your family. If there is a radiation that happens, but maybe not in your area, but you want to know if anybody ever gets exposed. They're kind of neat to have, and I do have them on all my kits, my radiation suits, and I have them on my kits there. Well, let's see if I can hold one up to the light and let you guys see what the meter looks like. Let's see here. If I can find. Okay, if you see to the left, you'll see a little line, and it measures, let's see, there we go. To the left, you'll see a little line. There's a hair on it too, but you'll see a little line, and it measures the amount of radiation you're exposed to. Right now it's set at 0. But anyways, I just thought I'd show you these Geiger counters. I still think they're a great deal. 150, even if you paid $300 for these, they're all solid state, so they're not digital. So EMP wouldn't affect them. They pretty much will last forever. Like I said, I don't leave the batteries in them. I'll put them in if anything ever happens. But I just thought I'd do a video on these. Maybe it'll help someone out if they want to get a good Geiger counter in case something happens. Anyways, this is Steve from Steve's Locksmith Shop signing off.